If you implement this method correctly, then I guarantee you will get to your first 5 figures a month within 2 to 3 months. Hello everyone, it's Anri Davids here, and in this video you get a deeper understanding on how to actually create an online coaching business from scratch. The whole method I created that all my clients are using to get the first 5 figures a month, plus and growing. And if you implement this as well, it's actually a sneak peek about the whole method I teach. Then if you listen very carefully, you will be also able to create an online coaching business and get your first 5 figures a month.
Have you always been dreaming about quitting your 9-to-5 job, traveling around the world, creating financial freedom with something you're really passionate about, being your own boss and live your life on your terms? Then this channel is for you.
If you're someone who's stuck at work, right? Probably you work from home right now, because I know a lot of people working from home, they don't go to their office anymore. And if you start being true to yourself, if you start thinking, okay, from the 9-to-5, from those 8 hours, how much work do I actually put in effectively? How much work do I got done effectively? Studies have shown that's around 3 to 5 hours. So let's say 4 hours of work you got done effectively. Right now you can work from home. So instead of sitting 8 hours and working 4 hours of those 8 hours, you can right now go at home, work 4 hours, and from the other hours you have left, you can start putting that time into actually building a side hustle. You will get amazing results within weeks. Trust me, I've seen this over and over again. And I think right now is an amazing time to start making use of this, right? Make use of the situation in the world. More and more people are online, more and more people start to be connected, and more people start to realize that online is the way. Online is the way to go. Also, if you already started an online coaching business, if you know that this is an amazing opportunity and you already started, but you're still struggling to get your first 5 figures, then this is going to be an amazing video where you're going to exactly know the whole step-by-step method I created that you can implement right now and actually start to get clients. And also, if you want to start an online coaching business, to start implementing the first steps so you can start building and start to get your first clients. Anyway, if you're new on this channel, please like this video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and comment down below what kind of niche ideas you have been thinking about, or if you're already a starting coach, what is your niche? I'd like to know, and I'd like to know what my audience is doing and where they want to go, so that will help me a lot. So let's go back to how to start an online coaching business. That's the million-dollar question we actually want to know, right? Because we want to do something. We understand that online is the way to go, not brick and mortar businesses where you have to put a lot of money in. You have to need employees. You are very limited from the people, from the customers you can get, from the clients you can get, because it's all local. And online we can reach so many people. We don't need any employees. There are no startup investment needed. So this is the million-dollar question, how to actually start an online coaching business and make this our full-time income and our full-time job. So for that, I created the NPS method. That's exactly the method I teach in my program, but today I want to go over this a little bit deeper, so you know every step I teach and you know exactly, if you implement this the right way, what to do in every stage of this. And if you implement this correctly, you will get to 5 figures pretty quick. So yeah, let's go straight up into it. So the NPS method, the N stands for niche, positioning, selling. If we want to start an online coaching business, we first have to figure out what is it exactly that we're gonna build our business around. What is our niche, the subject of our coaching business? And we do that by first figuring out what are our passions, what are our strengths, what are the things we have overcome. Because we want to build something that we can do for long term. We don't want to make something for the short term. We want to build something, a personal brand that's going to be there for the rest of our life. Of course, it doesn't mean that you need to stick this subject, this niche, for the rest of your life, but at least 2 to 3 to 4 years, and you have to be passionate about this. If you're not passionate about this, then it's not a good idea to start. So we have to figure out what are our passions, what are our strengths, what are the things we have overcome. So I want you to think about this and write this all down. If you don't really have an idea about things you can overcome, you have overcome, or your strengths or everything, ask your closest friends. What are the things that I would be still able to do if you could wake me up right now? What are the things that I like to do? And ask them just questions so you learn more about yourself. So once we know that, once we know our strengths, our passions, the things we've overcome, we have to start doing market research. So from all those ideas we've written down, we have to start doing market research on Instagram, for example, or Google, and you literally write down. So if your passion is, for example, fitness, you can do fitness coach. You can do communication coach, coaching for men, coaching for women, women empowerment, man empowerment, coaching for this, coaching for that. Just write it down and Google and really take some time to see what other people are doing in the space. If you see that people are making money in that niche from all those ideas you've written down, that shows us that people are willing to spend money on their problems. That shows us that we can also build a profitable business from that. And that's the first niche, right? It's really okay. We have to come up with an idea, with a plan, a business idea and a business plan that's already proven to work. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, especially not in the beginning. If you already have a big audience, then you can do whatever you want. But in the beginning, we want to be very specific and very niche down. The next thing is also part of the niche is who is our audience. So now we know what kind of pain point, what main pain point we're solving. We know what it is that we are helping people with, but who are the people we're gonna help? And that's exactly the third thing we have to figure out. So how do we really figure out an audience, right? The first thing you have to think about, okay, who are the people who have the pain point I'm trying to solve? The second thing is, okay, who are the people who have the buying power to get my help? Because we want, as coach, we want to sell our product, our services for high ticket prices. And we don't want to just sell to anyone. We only want to sell to people who are serious and we have the buying power to get our help. And also the third thing, very important, who are the people you like to work with? Who are the people that you can also learn from and that you don't get crazy if you work with them and you actually really enjoy working with them? We also do that by going back to the market research and really see what our potential competitors are targeting. Who are they talking to? What are their pain points? Once we know our niche, go back to the competitors and really go figure out who are the people they're talking about. And then you write out the pain points, all the things they are talking about their pain points. And the second thing is like, what you also want to do is really create an avatar sheet. I'll make a video going deeper into this, exactly showing you what to do, the whole steps about how to create an avatar sheet and actually really understanding who this audience is. And the more precise you know this audience, the more you talk to them and engage with them as well. That's the next thing I want you to do is you're going to see the same thinking patterns. You're going to see that they're using the same language. And we can use that in our marketing, in our content. And the more and more you can speak to them in the language and in the way they're thinking, the more and more all your content is going to align with them. And the more and more your content is going to align with them, the more they're going to make the connection strong enough that you can help them from their hell to their heaven. And that's really when the magic happens. And that's a big part also from the positioning, right? So once we know our niche and audience, know exactly what we are offering, we know exactly who our audience is, we have to start position ourselves. So we have to understand where are those people who hang out online. Is it Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever they are, we have to start positioning ourselves as an authority figure, as the expert in this field. So how do we do that? It's literally by coming up with a USP. In one sentence, exactly what it is that you're doing and exactly what it is that you're actually having a solution for and who you're helping. I will have another video down below what goes deeper into USPs, but USP is literally in one sentence where you're helping and what you're doing. And from there, once we have this USP, we have to start making some content. And this content doesn't need to be crazy. If you're not very comfortable in front of the camera, we don't need to use a camera. Eventually, you would like to and you want to be on camera because that builds more trust. But how you can really start with any kind of social media platform is really make some pictures, make some high quality pictures. There's not need to be like crazy exotic or crazy, like doesn't need to be crazy picture. You just can be sitting in your living room or whatever. And the most important thing is that you write long form copy, really speaking to their pain points and really speaking in a way they're talking and that shows authority and shows that you can solve their problem. And the more and more of those posts you have, once your audience comes to your page, your potential audience, your potential customers comes to your page and they scroll through your feed, they say, okay, this person is actually talking to me and has actually all the knowledge to help me to get from their hell into their heaven. And this is what we want to do. This is how we're going to nurture our audience as well. And a very amazing thing as well, what social media gave us is stories. And this is really powerful. And this is where the most nurturing our audience comes from. We have to also understand how to get our audience. And I will talk about it in the next step. But with positions like creating stories that really nurtures our audience is really helpful. And stories really can help us to show us more part of us, can show really what we're doing in our life and can give a lot of value and can help your people a lot. And we also want to always be on top of their mind, right? So stories always 24 hours. If you post something, they straight up see it in the feed, like on their Instagram, they see it straight up like on top. And if you keep posting every hour, every 2 hours or something, you be on top all the time and people keep having you in your mind. And that also really helps to nurture your audience and to close them. From there on, we come to our last point, and that's selling. We know our niche, we know our audience, we know exactly what we're doing. We know exactly who we're helping. We're positioned well. We created some content talking to the audience. People see as an authority figure. Doesn't mean you need to be the biggest expert or the biggest guru in the field, but just that you talking to your audience, you know where your audience is, and you have some content speaking to them. That's already how you position yourself well in the beginning. We go deeper and deeper into this, the more and more clients you get and the bigger you get. But in the beginning, that's already good enough to get your first 5 figures a month. And from there, if we don't have the lost point, then we don't get clients because we need to sell as well, right? I see so many people just creating content, creating things, and not able to sell. So that's what we need to do. So how do we sell, right? And actually, how do we gain audience? Because that's also a really important thing. And the thing we have to remember as well is that we don't need to have a crazy huge audience to already get to 5 figures or more. I have clients who have 200, 300, 400 followers or already making 5 figures plus a month. And the reason why is because all the people they have as followers are almost all potential clients. And we prefer to have 300 followers with all our potential clients instead of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers and nobody's your potential client. So forget about that you need to have a lot of followers. You just need to have the right people as followers. So how do we find them? We find them really by going to Instagram profiles where your audience might hang out, which they might like. So for example, if you help beginning entrepreneurs or people who want to start a business, you can go to Grant Cardone or Gary Vee or whatever it is, whatever profile they like. If you go to their profile and you check out their latest post and all the likes and comments, for example, you can literally scroll through those people and click their profile and you can screen. You can screen, are those people kind of my audience? All those people that are my potential clients? If yes, you can literally start engaging with them, follow them as a friend, start liking some pictures, start commenting on some pictures, and create relationships. That's the most important thing in the beginning when we start the coaching business. We really need to start to create relationships. When you do this, they start to follow you. You can have a chat with them. You can literally ask them about their problems, about their goals, and you can have a chat with them. And then you can literally ask them if they want to get on a call. If not, it doesn't matter. Maybe they say no right now, but maybe they will say yes within a month or two. And that's why nurturing is so important. You keep creating content that's speaking to them. And maybe they say no right now, but maybe they will say yes within 1 to 3 months, right? So from there, it's really, you have to understand the whole DM script, the whole way, how to DM people and how to start chatting with people. So this is exactly how you're doing it every day. You have to realize if you're doing this on Instagram only and you're messaging 10 people a day for five days in a week, right? That's 50 a week, that's 200 a month. If you close 3% of all those people within now or 2 months, that's 6 people. If you charge 2K, that's already 12K a month. And imagine that you use Facebook also and LinkedIn also, and instead of 3%, you're gaining more knowledge about your audience. You know how to screen your audience better, and you know better how to have conversation. Maybe from 3%, you go to 4% or 5%. And that's how you get to 50K a month, 60K a month, you know, even organically without spending ads, without even having a site. So this was our MPS method, and that's exactly, if you implement this the right way, this is how you're gonna start an online coaching business and get to your first 5 figures plus a month. And this is exactly the whole system and the method I created, which I teach in my Teach Your Terms mentoring program. And you know, if this sounds like an amazing thing for you, if you want to create an online business, but you don't know exactly where to begin, maybe you know right now where to begin, but you need some accountability, you need some guidance, you need someone to kick your ass if necessary. Me and my team make time apart, extra time apart right now to get on the call with you. And on this call, we'll go over your current situation, goals. We're going to make a step-by-step plan together on how to get there. And we're also going to figure out if you're the right fit to work together or not. So if this sounds like an amazing deal for you, then click the link below, schedule your time and date, and fill up some questions because I'd like to know you a bit more before we jump on a call. And once you did that, me or my team members will reach out to you and get on the call with you. If you want to start this, but first do some more research, first understand a bit more about the whole market, what kind of niche ideas are there, and what kind of coaching business models are there and already profitable. I made a whole video explaining about different business ideas that will give you a lot of inspiration to take the first steps, and also more about the first steps you can take right now to start building your coaching business. So I created a whole video about that. Check that video out here, and I will see you there.